Assistance Team, Chairman John Warden and Trustee Michelle Cook. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, great to have you here. Welcome back. John, this was your idea, JDART. You decided, and I think you were fire chief at Summit at the time, and saw the need to have some support at disaster response.
Well, it was a group of us that had witnessed a fire in Grass Lake, church fire, back in, I think, 2015, 2016, early. And it took a lot of departments. It wasn't the nicest day in the world. And Ann Arbor had a team called HART, and Livingston County's got one called DART. And one of them was requested to come in and help us out, and the firefighters were very impressed with what they did. Coffee, needed it because it was a cold day. And from that, there was several of us that got together and thought that might be a good thing to do in Jackson. And we started to talk to people, and the result is what we have today.
And it's amazing when you look back at the, 9 years?
9 years.
9 years. You've really done a lot. If you look at the numbers, and you brought some of the numbers of like how much water and food and things like that you provided. Give me an idea of what some of those have been over the years.
I really can't remember. Well, Hamburg's is the favorite of everybody, and I forgot 1,266 Hamburgs. Now that doesn't sound like a whole lot over 9 years, but considering the number of events and people you're feeding and bags of ice, 519, and that's just the little bags. Some of the bigger ones we used, and it's, we actually got a little freezer to keep in the station rather than have to go someplace and stop on the way and buy them.
Where do you keep the JDART vehicle?
We are at 1044 Toro Drive, which is out in the Hearst Industrial Park. And
I should say vehicles.
Yeah, two.
Vehicles.
There's two now.
Yeah.
That's the newest one.
That's the newest one, which we're going to probably start running it as the first vehicle for a while to get people used to it. And we're still in the process of trying to locate a place to put it on the east end of town so our response time isn't so long.
All right, that's telling right there that you need two vehicles to handle the demand. Michelle, how did you get interested in being a volunteer with JDART?
Well, my husband's a firefighter on Henrietta. And so at one of their scenes, JDART had shown up for that. And so when I was back at the station waiting for the fellows to come back in, JDART brought back some of the extra supplies that they had for that event. And so then I asked for more information, and here I am.
You guys have no government funding. It's all donations.
It's all donations. And all volunteers.
Crazy. And we need help. You've got your major fundraisers coming up.
Yes.
And you're the chairperson for that.
I am. Yeah, we've got such a great committee for that too. It's our Purse Bingo, and that is in October this year, October 18th. And it will be at Gene Davis. This is on, I think,
this
is from folks last year? Can see. Yep, that was a new venue for us last year. And so we are just as pleased as ever to be able to be there. This year our tickets will be $45, or they can purchase a table of 8, and to hold that table to reserve for all their friends is at $20. So, and we're looking for our sponsors. Anybody who is wanting to either donate money for it. We have our bronze sponsor is $150, our silver sponsor is $200, and our gold sponsor is $250. And then as well as that, we take raffle donations, minimum of $45 value.
How do people
So-
get the donations to you, and how do they sign up as a sponsor?
We have sponsor forms that we hand out, and we also, they can go to info@j-dart.org.
John, it's not, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, I want to make sure I had that.
Do you have a
email.
website?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, so,
yes.
and I know they're on social media, and really any fire, any agency knows
Yeah,
how to connect.
yep.
Not just disasters and fires that you go to. I've seen you at a lot of things like open houses and
Yep, we do that. We go to schools for events. In fact, this Friday, we're going to be at Northwest School for their program for kids. And, you know, we're in parades on Memorial Day and the 4th of July, and we do more than events. And that's how we keep in contact with people and get a chance to talk to them and tell them what we do, and works out.
Oh, sorry, John.
No.
This picture right here is at the mass casualty training last year with
I see
Jackson
the
County.
Michigan Fire Response guy on Facebook. I've seen he does make a point of getting your JDART people on. He has obviously high regard for what you do. You're just as valuable as the first responders.
Yes.
You consider yourself first responders.
We do, because we're there to support them. We're what a lot of maybe larger cities have, and that's what they call a rehab unit, where we can provide, you know, hydration, let the people sit down and take it easy. We've got benches out there, and give them a little bit of a break. We also take care of the utilities when they're there. If they're at a large event, like was up on North Street here a couple of years ago, there were a lot of consumers people and the cable and whatnot, and at that point we could consider them first responders too. So if they need a cup of coffee or a hamburger or whatever and we have it, it's theirs.
You mentioned the 1,100 plus hamburgers. Do you get donations from restaurants?
Yes, yes we do.
Little Caesars
Yep.
is
Little
one
Caesar.
that helps us out a lot. Sometimes McDonald's, depends on the time of day. You know, we need to get breakfast sandwiches and such. So, yeah.
When you first started, I wasn't sure that the first responders were going to buy into this. I just wondered, you know, am I going to go over and get a cup of coffee while I'm standing here manning a hose? But I was dead wrong. It is incredibly appreciated, and you do have everyone that they do take advantage of what you all offer.
And we want them to. We want them to use our services and not feel like they're imposing. And we're starting to make a point. It's taken 9 years, but we're starting to get it done. And we like that. Today's issue with us is we learned that we needed to not overfeed them, because like anybody else, you might want to take a nap, and that's not good to do. So we buy a lot of energy bars, that type of thing, and we buy it by the case, and they'll use it.
And plus, you can store that stuff. And
Yes.
we need people to play bingo. We need sponsors.
Yep.
We need donors. And year round,
Yeah.
anybody that wants to help, you're
Yep.
open to that too.
Absolutely.
Like to put in an application, we'll take a look at it, basically interview them, see what their specialties are. One of the things that's been created is not everybody wants to go out at 2 o'clock in the morning and when it's 5 below zero and do things like that. And we have a group of people now that they want to help with the purse bingo and a couple of the other events where they really don't have to, but they want to participate. And that's good. We have a team of people that does everything from thank you notes to, you know, go get things for us if we need it. Yeah. We appreciate that. We
When
really
you and
do.
your team first got this idea and started, I bet you had no idea how much it was going to take in terms of money and people and.
Did not.
Yeah.
Did not. There's a lot of, well, people don't think too much of it, but that ambulance that they donated to us, the first one, you know, that had a price tag on it, even though it wasn't, a brand new one or whatever, but it would work for what we needed, and we did that.
It's kind of like getting a puppy. It still costs money.
Yeah.
Keep up the great work. Thanks for
Okay.
coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
You bet. From JDART, Chairman John Warden and Trustee Michelle Cook. We've got lots